everyone, how are you doing today? My name is Karina and welcome back to Ready Set Pan. Today is our next update, so what we've been doing in October for Throwback 30. Let's put a whole bunch of PANtastic Ladies collaborations together, put them all in one project, and be able to do a bunch of different projects simultaneously. I still have tons of products in front of me to update you guys on for progress, empties, declutters, stuff I haven't touched at all. We've got everything going on with this particular update. So without further ado, let's just dive right into it. We're going to start off with, all these are of course in alphabetical order, but we're going to start off with 50 Shades of Green. I had put in this green eyeliner. This is my Lancome. This is the Artliner. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous green. I really do like it. You do need to really shake it up though. At least I'm using it now a little bit. My goal was to get at least 10 uses on this. No, did not get there. I only used it 4 times, which brings me to a total of 9 uses in this project, which not great because I wanted to use a lot of this in the fall season. And we're in winter now because Canadian weather. But you know what? It's okay. I've got a ton of eyeliners going on in projects. And depending on what I'm doing with my eyeshadow, this color doesn't always work. But 9 uses so far because it's Throwback 30. The goal is 30 uses, so I still have a fair ways to go with it. Worst case scenario though, spring. I can get a lot of use of that color in the springtime. For 50 Shades of Pink, the Natasha Denona. This is their Cupid cheek duo. This was untouched for the last several months because I was working on the Physicians Formula, what was it? Butter collection thing. There was a highlighter in that. But once that project, when I decided I was going to declutter the blush that I was working for the trio, I started working on this guy more. So of course you'll see where I was previously, and I only did have 14 uses. That's still 2 weeks though, and that means I do both the cream blush and the highlighter together to get me to my uses. So 14, and the goal is to hit pan, which I am nowhere near that. Lights are reflective. Either it's dark because it's winter, or don't have any lights. Eventually I'll get it sorted. But there we go. We can kind of see the reflectiveness. There is a dip in that cream blush. I've been wearing it for quite a while. I do really enjoy these, so I'm glad to be finally getting use out of it. So again, it depends what I'm going for. But I expect going forward, this is going to get a lot more use. Of course, I finished some of the prompts already, so of course, make sure if there's like a project that's like, oh, wait, what about that one? It's probably already finished, so feel free to check the description box down below because I do have everything down there in terms of what the prompt was, the project, the item, all of that good stuff. But next up was my random letter generator. So I got the letter R, so I had opted to roll in this Benefit mascara, the They're Real Magnet mascara, which I still have not opened because I'm using the other mascara that's in this project. So no progress on Benefit. Budget Beauty, something that is cheaper, something that's drugstore. I had rolled in this Rimmel. This is the Wonder Cloud All Day Wear Soft Shadow. You might be able to see that windowing in there. The stopper has been taken out, and I've scraped as much as I basically can reach. You're not really getting much out. This is a very soft color, so it doesn't show up much anyway. So you know what? I'm going to call this done. It is as good as it's going to get. I used it 12 times since the last update, which brings me to a total of 41 uses in this project to get this guy done. And this, I was basically using like an eyeshadow primer, essentially, right, just to give a bit of a base. First finished item of this go, and it's not going to be the only one. So next up is Child of the 80s. So of course all the prompts associated around the 80s, and I picked the prompt The Princess Bride, an item that you love. I have picked my NARS blush in Orgasm. I still have not used it yet, so nothing going on quite yet. But now that Graveyard Project Pan is done, we're going to start getting much more use on the NARS blush. Color Pan, of course, if you haven't checked out the intro, there's a big explanation on this next item here. So essentially, my version of Color Pan is an item from a brand you have a lot of. The Glow Recipe, this one is the Plum Plump Hyaluronic Cream. This was untouched as of the last update, but I have a little bit of progress to show you guys on it now. So as you guys can see-ish with all of the lights, it's a little bit down. I have a video so you can see it better. Yeah, it isn't super scented. I've been using this a little bit now at night when I'm layering it with a sleeping mask because this is a little bit lighter, lightweight. And spoiler for Skin is In, I've also been using it a little bit in the morning as my day moisturizer because I finished the one up in that project. So getting a little bit of use on the in-between on this guy, and we'll see how it goes. It's a 15 milliliter sample, so there's a lot of product in here. Happy hour! So I picked last call, an item that is almost finished, and I have this Clarins Fix Makeup. This is the long-lasting makeup hold. Hydrates, refreshes, and soothes. As you guys can see, I was here for the last several months, not getting a whole lot of use on it, and it is now completely empty. It is done. As soon as the setting spray was finished in Graveyard Project Pan, I used this up pretty quickly. I moved on to the next one. I heart the 90s. I picked Got Milk white product or packaging, so I went with my Fenty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blush in the shade Summertime Wine. I'm not sure how much of a difference you'll see between the pictures. Like, there is obviously movement happening. This is where I'm at now. Yeah, it's something. Now, when I started using the Natasha Denona duo, that meant the usage on this guy slowed down a bit. So I have 20 uses on it from the last update, which brought me to a total of 78 uses in the project thus far. The goal is to hit Pan, and we'll see what happens. It depends what else I'm using, which will determine am I using this cream blush or am I using the Natasha Denona cream blush and highlighter combo. It's Pan and Cats and Dogs, so our cat and dog themed project. I picked the Corgi, something that jiggles. So I have this Peter Thomas Roth. This is their Water Drench Hyaluronic Cloud Mask. Video, of course, where I was last time with this particular item. And as you guys can see now, like I don't need to open it, you can see it pretty decently. I'll still have a video for you as well, but progress. Again, my masking game is not where it should be. I've been busy. It's been hard to integrate stuff in, but lip service. Okay, guys. I had rolled in the Nivea Aloe Vera Lip Scrub, and I was making progress on it. It wasn't super scrubby. It was basically like using a lip balm. And I was wanting to get a lot more use out of it, and I was starting to, and then... yeah. As you guys can see, this is what's left of that lip scrub. Willow may have somehow gotten at it and chomped the entire lid off. And because, of course, she does this on the floor, like, this is just so gross. And, like, this is smushed, too. Like, you can see it's kind of beat up, chunks taken out of it. Like, it's not good. It's not good. So this is garbage. I'm obviously not going to use this on my lips. So this is going to be featured in a declutter video, and then it's going to be thrown out. I'm not going to be replacing that item or something else that I'm about to declutter. I did do replacements for size matters, but at this point I'm like, I'm still getting it out of my collection, so it's fine. Speaking of things that I'm decluttering, which probably no surprise after my last update, for Monochromatic Project Pan, I chose the month of May, which is a red item. I had rolled in my YSL. This is their red lipstick in number 1. And it has gotten obviously super messy. You can see some of the usage on there because this item decided to break, right? You can see that break pretty clearly here. What that has meant in terms of applications is it's difficult, it's messy, there's not a lot of precision, and I'm over it because I've got so many lip products, and this did come in a Sephora's Favorites kit, so it's not like I purchased this myself, but it's still really annoying that it broke because it was leaning pretty quick. It's not like I did a stupid amount of pressure or anything, but not great. I did use it an additional 8 times since the last update, which brought me to a total of 24 uses on this lipstick. but it's just gonna go. Is Nightmare Before Christmas. I picked the prompt of an item that reminds you of Christmas. So, of course, Christmas colors, red, green, and also silver. This is the House Laboratories. This is their Glam Attack Liquid Shimmer Powder. I always forget what it is. It's in the shade Flash, which is this pretty silver color. I told you guys from the beginning this wasn't going to get use until it started snowing, and now it started snowing. So I currently have no uses on it, at least in terms of no uses on this update. I have used this product before, but for the next time you're going to see some uses. You will, because now it's winter, as I've already referred to earlier. Nightmare on Panning Street. All of our Halloween themes just in time for Halloween. I picked the prompt of Dracula, so an item that sucks the life out of you. Or in this case, an item that sucks all the stuff out of your skin. This is the Mary Kay, their Clear Proof Deep Cleansing Charcoal Mask. I'm trying to use this at least once a week. The last, I think, 2 updates I've been up here, and I have used it. But I don't know how I got these marks originally. But I still cannot see through this packaging. You can't squeeze the air out of this without getting product out. Like, yeah, not going to risk it. So just know that I'm using it, and it's just not very exciting until I can actually finally see through it, which I still cannot. Paranormal Pantivity. So I picked the Black Dog, which is an animal-themed product. This is the mascara that I have been using for at least a month before this project started. So this is probably getting towards the end of its life. This is the Tarte Man Eater Mascara. It's the mascara you've seen in all of my videos for the last... It's the mascara you guys have seen in all of my videos for the last 4 months, I believe. Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. I'm using it every day, every time I do my makeup. Which means we have 34 uses since the last time I updated you guys, which brings me to 94 uses in the project. Now again, 94 in this project, plus about a month of use before that. So we're still going on the Man-Eater. Same pan last year. So I picked the prompt of a present, something you got as a present. So this is the Shani Darden, the Cleansing Serum. It is a cleanser. This came in a Sephora Favorites kit, which I got as a gift. I was here, now I am here. It is in the shower. It's not every single one, like not every time I use it, because I do have a charcoal-based cleanser in the shower as well that I'm trying to use up. So, still though, great progress. Just a little bit left. Skin is in, a skincare item. Skin is in, we've got a skincare product. So I have another of these Peter Thomas Roth masks because I did buy a set of 4 of them. This is their 24 karat gold mask, pure luxury lift and firm. As you guys can see, comparing the video to what you can see there, I have used it. Again, not a ton, but it's making progress. It'll get there. Again, masking is not there. Speaking of masking not being there, for That's Expensive, an expensive item, we have this guy from Strivectin. This is their Glary multi-action cloudberry moisture pumping cream mask. A lot of product in here, still untouched, so still up at the top. It'll get there eventually. That's So 2000s. I picked YouTube, which is a YouTube recommendation. Mine comes to us from Kathleen Lights, which is the Burt's Bees Blush in Toasted Cinnamon. Again, this pan falls out, so I'm trying to be careful. Still not used, but again, because Graveyard Project Pan is done, this is going to be more of a focus now. This is Fantasy. I picked the e.l.f. a product that makes you feel beautiful. So I have, to match my blush, the NARS. This is their... tiny font, but their lip gloss in Orgasm. Now guys, I only use this 4 times, and again, that's why I keep in my work bag, because that number is not going to be accurate, but that's like, it's not going to be much more than that if I missed stuff. But 4 this month, 25 uses in the project. So I was here as of the last update, at least that's where it seemed to have settled to, and this was up for a couple of days. But you guys may be able to tell, right? It's kind of like this in there. Like, oh my goodness. Like, it's showing so much lower. Like, way down here. And I don't know if I really want to mark that like that. Because really, when I'm looking at it, I could put it here. So, interesting. Interesting. So we'll see what I do. I might just leave it sitting for a little while, but this is going to be empty before too long, I believe. So, making progress. Tiny pans. This is what is in my crease right now. So I went with the Maybelline The Matte Bar. A little powdery in there. I have been working on, it's a little broken too, so I'm trying to be careful. Empire, which is this pink, which is in the crease right now. I wear this basically every single time I do Socialite, which is in Partners in Cream, which is what's all over the lid right now. So since the last time I filmed this update, I have used this eyeshadow. How many times? 7 times. Yeah, bringing me to a total of 14 uses in the project thus far. So the goal on this one is to hit pan, and maybe I'm getting close, potentially. Like, there's obviously a very significant dip in there, but yeah, progress. Women Who Rock. So Maria Curie, a newly discovered item or a product. For me, fragrance is a new thing. So I had rolled in my Mary Kay Live Fearlessly. I did talk about the scent notes in my intro to this video. Goal is to finish it. And I got from here to here, which is super fantastic, especially considering that I only used it 6 times. So because I was using a Bath & Body Works fragrance mist, I'm finding I can do more perfume now, especially this one. It's really quite light. So 6 uses from here to here, 17 uses from here to here. So we're probably at like 20 uses altogether on this item. And I'm just going to show you how I apply it because I'm actually not wearing any perfume at this moment. So this one, I tend to do like 2 little spritzes like this. I know you're not supposed to rub your perfume, but I do that. And then throw it back there. And that's my perfume for someone like this. I can't do that with every perfume. A lot of perfumes, it's literally 1 wrist spray on each wrist. Sometimes it's 1 wrist spray in total. But as you guys can tell now that I've used it an additional time, I went from there to there in those 4 spritzes. So, yeah, progress in real time. And the last item, the Zodiac Panner. I picked Gemini because that's my birth month. So a yellow product. I really did a lot better on this one, you guys. So I'm pretty pleased about this progress. I recorded 37 uses on it for a total of 64 in the project thus far, which is great. And of course I'll have the little screenshots so you guys can see the mark comparison. And again, I've given up on trying to hold the product line and get the camera and do all of that so you'll just see the lines. But making some good progress. This is, of course, in Strawberry, the Burt's Bees Moisturizing Lip Balm. And we're getting there. So a lot of things happening in this video, but of course, when we're looking at our 3rd update, 4 items finished / decluttered, right? 2 of those were goals met, 2 of them were decluttered items, which brings us a total of 12 goals met in this project thus far. So out of the 30 items, 12 of them are happy, done. So let's take a moment and talk about some goals for the next month. So no surprising here, hopefully, but I want to first finish off that little bit that's left in here. This is the Peter Thomas Roth Hydrating Water Drench Cloud Mask. I do also want to finish off this Mary Kay fragrance. Again, if I got 6 uses from there to there, now you can see how much 1 use does. Hopefully I can get this guy finished off. And the 3rd goal that I want to set has to do with the Burt's Bees blush. The reason why I rolled this into the project in the first place, because like a lot of YouTube recommendations, actually I'll just do this so you can actually see it better. Like a lot of YouTube recommendations, sometimes you buy stuff without it being necessarily the best for you. So I'm not sure. Like, I have used it a couple times, and anytime I've used it, I was like, yes, I like that, so I'll keep it. But will I get decent enough use out of it, or should I just rehome it? So that's my decision, right? Toasted cinnamon. A lot of other people who have skin tones like me, who have purchased this or their YouTube channels. Same recommendation, right? It may be a little bit, like, it looks like a bronzer, honestly, right now, but we'll see. What I want to do, like, my goal is 30 uses ultimately, or declutter. So I want to reach for this enough to know, am I going to go for 30 uses on this, or do I want to declutter it and then focus my attention on the NARS blush? So that's going to be my goal, is to really just play with this and get a sense for how I feel about this item. But that is everything. That is going to wrap up today's third update for Throwback 30. So of course we have some goals. We'll see what I can do over the course of the next month. But let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments below. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video very soon. Have a wonderful day.